Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Testing for the final time also, by the way. Testing, 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 testing. Testing for the final time also, by the way. Live and in stereo. Sorry, it took me a while because for some reason my mic wasn't working. So, let's go. So as I said in my Discord server, and I don't know if you guys saw that, but someone commissioned fan art of Melanie. I mean, belly dancing, that's cool, but don't get me wrong, I don't want to roast the guy, right? I mean, it looks cool. It does. It looks really good. But belly dancing, that's, I don't know, those fucking creatures from Ocarina of Time always freak me out, so, you know. So I'm a little late today because I was talking to a friend, so that took some time, but, you know, all good. He's doing well, in case you wonder, even though you don't know this man. But yes, as promised, today I want to talk about Vanilla Twilight. And that's how I'm going to start. Then I'm going to go in and show you what I've been doing so far in the game. We can even do a sneak peek here. You see? Now you have a slanted table and the tokens to the left, with the gunslinger card in the left, still down there. So far so good. Now, Vanilla Twilight. So I'm always big with contrasts, and this character that I saw very briefly from League of Legends. I do not play League of Legends, but there's a character that's very pale and have red eyes. I really like that look, so that's why I made Vanilla Twilight this way. And because I remember when I added Claudia, right? I added her as a afterthought. And then she quickly probably became the most popular character I ever created. You know, except this girl right here, the remaining girl right here. And then I wanted, you know, the character to evolve, except being hot Swedish girl. I needed her to evolve. And then I was thinking, okay, what if another character also has a nymph friend? And that's why I added her. So their friendship, Claudia's, and now I'm also pronouncing it wrong, right? Claudia's and Twilight's friendship will be evolving throughout the game. Where, like, past, I think after I'm done with these 3 last updates, we're closing in on the end. So there will be some Twilight things. I also added that scene last update. I can show you 1 second. I realize I can actually do that now. Should be, where is it? It's right here. Again, as an afterthought, I just added because I had to update the final scene anyway because didn't have time to do a bunch of stuff. I was like, okay, fine, let's add it. Let's see now. She should be in Milky Road. Picks, and I'll be so careful I don't pick the wrong one here, right? Let's see now. Should be fine. Oh, wait, I can just add a picture. Can I just pull this thing? Why? Can I just add it? Here? Ah, boomer moment indeed. Imagine. Anyway, I like cute, wholesome things more than other things, so that's why I also added Bug. She's very cuddly and cute. But what couldn't be shown because I didn't have time for when I did it, because she was going up against the mysterious lady in red. I wanted to show her fighting abilities, but I didn't have the time because of that scene was very intense, right? So I didn't have time to add it. Let's hope I'm not showing the wrong one. I'm gonna, please let me, awesome. Yay, and it's no nudity here, right? Right? No, wait, here it is. I can see it. Now we just see the upper left. Oh, this is so annoying. There? Okay, there. Ah, close enough, whatever. So very sweet, very cute. They're really cool friends and stuff. And yes, no nudity. I hope that shape is fine. I'm gonna just, in case. I could not do that. Okay, there you go. Anyway, this scene I really like. Hello, Michaela or Michael. Hope you're doing good. As you can see, we're talking about nymphs and very sweet, wholesome friends and stuff. But remember, she's married or betrothed to Mr. Bumblebee. That are based on Peter Pan, like it looks in Hook, because it's one of my favorite stories of all time. Peter Pan and Hook. Now, fighting. I wanted to add it, but I just didn't have the time. It was so annoying because I had like these cool ideas of it. So hopefully we will get to see Vanilla Twilight fighting because she's gonna be able to box. And you get the idea. She boxes and then like holy light comes out of her fists. It's gonna be super cool. And then she jumps and like it looks white and red and it's gonna be so fucking cool. Let's hope we get to that part. But things take precedent and I did not have time to show her fight. And then also when I was thinking, oh yeah, now I'm gonna have her fight, well then I was like, who is she gonna fight? She's married to Mr. Bumblebee. Is she gonna fight him? I don't believe in that stuff. You shouldn't fight, who you love and stuff. That would be insane. You should cheat on them instead. That's okay. So that's about Vanilla Twilight now. Let me do this. Yay, there we go. And now this is more or less the most important things I've been doing. And that's fixing this. So I'm gonna do some work on this, but as I said, I miscalculated the time with my friend. But so next time we will definitely be working this together. But then hopefully I will have more things. So what I did here essentially is that let's see now, here, board 3D, right? And this was so annoying to do. I wanted to Roblox myself about 50,000 times. I just wanted the viewport to be shown in the board here. So if I just close the perspective, then you can see more how it looks. Right? Oh yeah, that I have to slant that, but whatever. Camera preview, there we go. So this texture kept changing. I didn't know what to do. And I asked Grok about it. And then Grok goes like, oh, do this. And then after a while, Grok gave up. It said, oh, let's move on to tokens. And I'm like, what? No? But I found it online, and you have to like, on the off chance that the one guy has the same problem as me, force it. I don't even remember what I did anymore. I just went in and forced the texture to be this. And then you see tokens on the left, those things changed every time I changed one texture. The other ones changed too. It was so annoying. I wanted to, I don't know, date a Slavic woman again or something. I don't know, something horrible to myself. But it's fixed now. Canceling a card. So what I'm doing now is, first steps first, is to be able to play the 2D board inside here. When I figure that out, then I'm gonna start moving the things outside to the best locations, essentially. So you see your cards, you see everything else. So I had one card already planned that I'm gonna show. It will spawn in. And that's more or less what I've been doing this week. How about you guys? What have you been doing this week? Let me know. Have you been out flying? Of course you haven't. No one has been out flying. Oh yes. So, next point I want to talk about is Godot and how I created a character. So, let's see now what thing we can show of. Can I just. Yes. The thing is, like, Godot, so she's like a really cool character. I'm really happy how she turned out. I realized really quickly that it's really hard to show pictures of her that don't get, I mean, when I did, I remember I went on a date once and I was explaining to this girl what I did, and I explained, like, yeah, Holy Smiles at the end, right? And I said, like, the demon in Holy Smiles at the end is like a Jewish demon, like, it's supposed to be look very coded like that, But, it's what it is. And I don't have. There's a problem now when I was so cool, like, I have no pictures that I can show of her because all of them, yeah, I fell on my own sword. There's like one picture I can show her. Version 2, right? That's when she goes insane against Ava, yes. And the pictures aren't here, are they? No, they're not. Of course they're not. Are they here? You don't want to talk because people. Oh, I know it's not here. Of course it's not here. It's here. Fine, after this. Give me a second. Anyway, so her look, except being, very Jewish coded, in terms of what she looks like and things like that, I wanted to think, okay, in terms of that creature from Pan's Labyrinth, the guy who has like eyes for hands, and what I was thinking as I was watching the film, although it's a great film, right, is how does this even make sense? How can this thing eat? How can it, function? How can it do anything? And yeah, that's why I didn't go with that, and I also wanted to create my own thing. She has, yes. Yes, there we go. There she is. There we go, got you. Yes, nothing shows. Cool. Now, the hands. I also want to do something like that, and I was just, in my mind, I was musing, and I was thinking to myself, what if she has baby hands? That signifies that she can't see what she's done, in a way, like, she's blinded by her own childishness. That she only wants to play all the time, but she can't go through that. Or can't go beyond that. That's why she has the hands. That always covers her eyes. Like the childish version, like she can't move on from a trauma, so to say, of being tortured by Athena. And then you also have this nice dichotomy that I can't. I hope I have time to add it, I don't think I will. Between Michael and her. Because Michael feels, let's say, has bad conscience of not being able to save her from Athena's torture. So I hope I have time to show that, because it'll be so cool, because then you have all the lines about duty and honor and things like that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about briefly about her look because I just a lot of things went into it again. So now let's see. I'm gonna do something simple for you guys. Yes, lighting fix. Let's do that. Now I can't show you because I have a bunch of because I have to switch monitors and everything, so I can't show everything on this screen. I have fixed it so I can show it now on the other one, but that was one with the bad mic. Directional light. Okay, let's see if I can do this just offhand. Add shadow node. Light. Light. Directional light. Create. Now we're gonna go out of preview and see where is my light. Where is it? Oh yeah, of course, to the left, right. There we go. This is also the next thing why I want to do this in 3D, right? Because you can do so many cool things with lighting here. You can have a lantern with, Sargosi's lights, and it can be like, like they can change colors and things depending on the mood. If it's like not a spicy scene, but it's like a romantic scene, it can be like very happy colors, and then it switches, and oh my god, like the Wendigo is here. So now, let's try this. I go into camera, preview. And now, if I press F5, let's see now. Is this the right place? No, it's not. It's not. This one, right? Yes! There we go! Now I can't see my mouse pointer. Now I should be able to see it. Yes. You see what I mean? So cool, right? This looks so awesome. So awesome. Now you see where I put the lighting, right? I put it down here. But it's always gonna be... obviously the board always has to be lit up, right? But I want to light them in different colors so you get a very nice UI from it, right? So the board will be my favorite color for all of these things, which is orange, right? It's not my favorite color all times, but I like to use it in UIs, obviously. And then different colors here. So, yeah. So yeah, we did a little exercise. So essentially what I do is that I have on the left, I have like a list of things to do, because it says, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this. And then now, what I'm going to do tomorrow is like put up everything on this thing. As you can see, I'm making progress. I'm making a lot of progress. From I started with this simple board, like with these characters on, so it's coming a long time. So, and then next thing is like the board. I want it to be like based on a Victorian board, like game boards they had back then. So that's the color and everything here. And I want to do it like, I should be able to show that. No, I can't. I will do it later. But I do have like inspiration from the very first board game I ever created, which is called Happy Mansions. And it's a different time, man. Different time. It was just about, what is it? Wait, let me actually show. Not show, but I will just, first of all, I will change this. Why is it not moving? There we go. Awesome. Now, Happy Mansion. Happy Mansions Victorian game. The Mansion of Happiness. An instructor, moral and entertaining amusement is a children's board game inspired by Christian ethics based. Players race about a 6-7 space spiral track depicting virtues and vices with the goal being the mansion of happiness at track's end. Instructions upon virtue space advance. Players through the goal. While those upon vice space is forced into retreat. Oh my god. That's so sweet. Different time. That's what they taught kids now. Now we only teach kids how to eat hot chip and lie. That's all you kids know today, okay? Eating hot chip and lie. But yes, that's essentially the basis I'm doing, like how it looks and everything. Like the board itself, I really like it. It looks, or the feeling, the aura of the board, let's say that, because I can't understand the board. It's so confusing. Wait, if I just, I will show it, then I'll put it up, because it makes sense. I realize I need this anyway, because I need to have it as a reference. So here, let me go in picture, and then just go there. I will show you what it looks like. This is so strange, man. Is it here? What? What? There we go. That's a board. So you have these cards and tokens, right? On next to it. But I like the board's look, man. It looks so cool. And then poverty. Here's the fun thing, right? Is poverty a vice or a virtue? Man, this is like Fallout New Vegas fucking 0-year edition, right? 1800s. Like, this is the shit back then, man. Like, if you had a kid who owned this, can you imagine? You could play it, man. That was the equivalent of like my friend having Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like, this is like, yeah. And there exists a modern version of this. I need to get it somehow and play it. That's so cool. Now, but you see, so something like this, and yeah, now you see the point, right? That you started it left, justice, pity, and then you go all the way down into the middle, mansion of happiness, and you win, I guess. I hope you do, at least. Anyway, point being that this is the basis I will use for my board too, but that says nothing because every card game uses this board. So, because I want the deck of the creatures and things to be like pre-rolled when you start the game, and then it logs it, so you can't save scum. And then, you know, as you go through with Brownie, going to different boards, he can obviously just run away, but Sylvester, you have to walk through them to get the equipment, because Brownie can't take the equipment. That's old. You remember that in the first game, right? The original one. Brownie couldn't really pick up anything, so Sylvester had to go out and get it. The same here, right? That's sort of the basis. It's gonna be really fun getting into an exploring, man. It's gonna be so cool. Oh yes. So I was looking into what's it called? What song we play at the high IQ ending and stuff, and I was going through some gossip things, and it's like I need to be careful with including her too much, because I don't want her to be a Hail Mary where she just fixes everything, but in Holy Smiles at the end she fits so well. Because again, an afterthought, like Leonard Skinner, also an afterthought. And then it just becomes iconic. And because I was first, Leonard Skinner was just there, and like, but I was like, oh, you know what, I mentioned Sargosi the Bard in Autumn Boulevard. Like, so I didn't even say she was a bard then. I just said like, oh yeah, Baker something, and I was like, okay, cool, let's develop her. Now she's like a major character. And as you remember, she was in. I can't obviously show that one, because not because it's like, you know, spicy that way, right? But there's like, you know, it's very brutal. The flashback that Bumblebee sees to when he saves Sargosi. Oh yeah, and also if you, for lore masters, but for people who are not lore masters, then you probably know that Sargosi is older than Bumblebee. But also, the Fall of Fool, I might actually sit and write out and plot out all in rhyme, because I love it so much to sit in rhyme. So, but I wanted to be kind of this you have to be careful, right? Careful, right? Not careful, but you have to say things in the right way so people don't think you're just being edgy, right? This is one of the problems Jordan Peterson has, right? Although I love the guy and I hope he gets away from his Ethan Winters Resident Evil 7 playthrough very soon, right? Is he's not. Sometimes he's just not careful when he says things. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, old man? Of course, people are gonna assume the worst, right? So with Sarkozy's story, I wanted to be that you just have to be careful. One, what you wish for, because that's part of our story too, right? But also that, like, sometimes, just because people look and behave a certain way, like, just because they're like, oh, please help us, doesn't mean that they're all good. And, some cultural things, we should be careful with preserving and things. And that's what I want the Full of Thrill to be about. And I just hate the Mongolians so much. It's going to be very based on that. Now, yes, then we will get to this too. Holy endings. I wanted to talk about briefly. I have. It's gonna be three more. The first one, I'm not saying that sentence out loud. Don't say that sentence out loud because it's like I'm gonna put that sentence in chat. 1 second. That sentence, do not say it out loud because, unless you're a non believer, then go ahead, knock yourself out. But that's like, you don't say that because that attracts a mare. And I'm not on the off chance that they exist. I do not want to do that stuff, on the off chance they exist, right? Now, that's the first ending. It's going to be split into two. I'm extending them because the first version was very short, but then it was just, I think it was 4,000 lines, and it's like, so it doesn't justify having two updates. But then I was like, what if I extend it? So that's the first one coming up. And then in between there, I wanted to do a joke ending, like Silent Hill, that you can only play if you completed the game at least for one of the endings. Then you get access to it. And then the final one, A Walk with Jesus, which is a high IQ ending. What I would say is like, for all of these things, the ending you choose is canon, that's how I see it, but there are default endings, and those are the endings that I can work with. I can do something with those endings. I can continue a story, I can base it, and stuff like that. Same with Autumn Boulevard, right? The default ending for Autumn Boulevard is hard to dictate, except that Sylvester leaves Ledgetown, of course, with Brownie. That's important. But who she leaves with, I leave up to interpretation. Does she walk alone? Does she go with the Vette? Or does she go with the canon one? Does she go with the canon ending? Like, it's up to you. Kidding, of course. If you think Ylva is canon, it's canon. Now, the final ending for Holy Smiles the End, Please Walk With Me, will be very similar to the last update of Birds and Bees, very little spicy content. And so I actually want to make that one similarly how I do the ones I do now, that I fleshed them out with Off Birds and Bees updates. Because now I'm gonna go somewhere for a couple of months and just write and finish on Birds and Bees. I'm not gonna linger too much on it because I've spoken about it in other streams. So lastly, let's talk about Holly's character. In Sweden, right, we have all these, in Scandinavia in general, we have this annoying trope of autistic main character, because Lisbeth Salander is from my country, Stig Larsson, the girl with the dragon tattoo and those things. And then it was like super cool to make every single female an autist. And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, some people like it's called a spectrum for a reason, right? So I wanted to create her that way, that she is she's a reason for being the way she is, and it's not as, I guess it is as dark as the girl with the dragon tattoo, sure. But I also like the idea of it being like a young goblin, and it's not like an older one, because all the other ones we met have been old, right? Ylva, for example, is like 80, I think, 70 or 80. And then Catriona is like 250 years old or something. And then Madeline the Tall is also 250 years old or something. Uh, but Holly was sent on a mission as a young goblin when she would have been 18 or something like this, because she's 25 when we meet her in Holly's Master End. And if I didn't put it in, I'm putting it in now. She's 25 because she would have to be, because of one of the endings you meet Ida. So she would have to be sent there at 2016, which means that when she was sent to Malta, Leander was 14. So he was a kid back then, man. A little kid. And yes, that will be all for today's stream. As I said, I got started so late, man. I was supposed to do so much more during this one. But yeah, as you know by now, I really like talking about my lore. I can do it for hours upon hours upon hours, man. It's so funny. So I don't even do it. So I don't do like put it in for nothing into my stories. I just find it so cool, you know. And I mean, come on, like when fucking Armando fucking wields his gun and like he has that battle of words with the wasp. That's fucking cool, man. It's so cool. And then she laughs, and then like Bob accidentally shoots Vera, and I love that shit, man. I love it so much. So it's gonna be really cool because the one I talked about, Stepford, like wives, whatever you wanna say. I am struggling because I have two ways of going down with it, and then actually this is a very good place to end it, actually, to talk about this one, because when I was younger, I really wanted to do like Resident Evil games. You know, I really like this concept. You know, like you have to aim like with the dedicated button. Otherwise, you can't just press a button and he shoots. You always have to aim. I always like that because it adds so much tension. You don't even think about it. Because I don't know if anyone have been playing Crimson Desert. Right? You can have a sword, walk around with your sword, and then like just start killing people. But in Resident Evil, you always have to aim and then shoot, which means that you can just walk around really, really, and it always adds a layer of tension I really like. So we'll see if I do Stepford, because as I said, they are the main one that I'm playing in my downtime, and then there's another one that I think can be a really cool survival horror, but I need to see which one is easier. I'm gonna actually ask Grok about it to see which one is easier. But we'll see. That's for them. For now, thank you for watching. Sargosis says and all that.